Each time I just create a thought, I am a soul, and then you can put whichever quality you want to put out of those 7. Which were the 7 qualities of the soul? First one is purity. Till there is purity, there is no peace. Purity means mansa, vacha, karam, pure. Every thought pure, clean. Koi daag nahi. Clean. So when there is purity, there is automatically peace. That is automatically soul power. That's automatically love. If I create a tainted thought, that's when all these qualities disappear. So first is purity. Then comes peace with that. That makes me the soul powerful, so that is power. Then fourth is it radiates out as love. Fifth is I become always happy. So happiness. Sixth is very deep. It is wisdom gets activated. Knowledge. Living in a world where we're so used to looking for everything outside. And if there's any issue of our life, we are used to talking to people. But when we start meditation and we start cleaning our thoughts, and there's no clutter here, there's no noise, so what will automatically start happening? When there's clutter here, I'm not sure what to do, what not to do. But when this clutter is cleaned, and my thoughts become 3 words, think right, think less, think slow. So when these 3 words start happening in a natural way throughout the day, what is automatically the next thing that's going to happen? Intuition will start working. So that intuition is wisdom. The 6th quality of the soul, intuition. The word itself is intuition. So a tutor who is inside. Inside. That intuition knows everything that is right for us. But why I'm not able to experience that intuition, why I'm not able to tap into it, because there's so much noise. Look at jaise river hota hai, if it is silent, then you can see everything that is there in the riverbed. But if it is turbulent, you can see nothing. The jewels are still there, but you will not be able to see anything only because that top layer of the water is turbulent. Just silence that top layer and you can see everything below. So when I silence this conscious mind, my intuition will get tapped. And when you start connecting to that supreme power, whom we call Shiv Baba. Baba means father. So when we are saying Baba, we're not referring to a human figure. When we are saying Baba, we're always referring to the Nirakar Paramatma because he's our parent. When we say Bhagwan, Ishwar, it all sounds very distant. Like, suppose someone is a doctor, the whole world will call them doctor. But their children don't say Dr. Sahab aa gaye. No, na? What will they say? Papa aa gaye, Mummy aa gaye. So Bhagwan, Ishwar, Allah, this is his title. But we are not going to call him by title. So the minute we say Baba, it just all becomes very close. So the second thing that we will be able to do when we start silencing here is not just tap our intuition, that's one part that will start happening. But the second part that will start happening is you will be able to catch the signals from the divine power. Do you want to get answers from there? And answers not to big problems in life, answers to normal day-to-day thinking also. You just have to create just like you would talk to your parent. It's just like you would talk to your parent. So Raj Yoga is about a relationship between the highest power and I, the soul. A relationship of a parent-child, a relationship of a friend and a friend, any relationship. But it is a relationship. And in a relationship, the conversation is two-sided. Till today, we were only used to it that we will stand in the mandir, pray to God, look at the time ho gaya and chalo. We don't pause to see, is there something that I need to hear from there? So that is meditation. Meditation is a two-way communication. How many of us have experienced telepathy? Almost everyone must have experienced, na? हमने किसी को phone किया, उनका phone आ गया. We spent 2 minutes arguing, किसने फ़ोन किया था? I said, I called you. The other person said, no, I called you. So how was it possible? ये कैसे हो सकता है कि 2 people will pick up and dial at exactly the same time? कैसे हुआ? Because they were already thinking of calling. And the minute you create a thought of calling the other person, if the other person's ear clutter is silent, line is free, they'll catch your thought. So many times we must have experienced that when we were in school, and you must be experiencing with your children, that in school we used to say, मुझको आज ये खाना है, मुझको आज ये खाना है, मुझको आज ये, and घर जाओ and that is there for you. I was like, oh, how did you come to know कि मुझको ये खाना है? Because we were creating a thought for the parent, and because the parent is very connected to us, the parent will catch that thought, and that parent will cook that same thing what was on my mind. How many experienced this? Intuition and telepathy. Now, this is telepathy between a soul and another soul. Does it work, this telepathy? Soul and another soul. Raj Yoga is a telepathy between soul and the Supreme Soul. Is the same relationship possible there? Which one is easier? Telepathy between soul and soul, or telepathy between soul and Supreme Soul? Which one is easier? Sachi? Okay. Then experience this in these next 2 days before you leave. If there's anything on your mind, if there's any decision to be taken, if there's anything to be surrendered, say it up there. Say it up there. But the criteria is, then stop thinking about it. If a parent says, if a child says something to the parent, then the child doesn't have to think about it. मैंने मम्मी पापा को बोल दिया, हो गया. And हो गया doesn't mean कि वो काम हो जाएगा. हो गया means the answer will come. The answer will come. But then I should not have any preference to the outcome. So the best way of living life in these current times, where there's so much uncertainty outside, and what we experience and the way we live is, any decision to be taken, I don't take a decision. I just have to say, आप बता देना क्या सही है, एंड छोड़ देते हैं उसके बाद. ये नहीं कि आप कर देना, नो. करना इज गोइंग टू बी आर कर्म. लेकिन आप बता देना, मतलब रिश्ता है तो फिर उतना तो यूज करना चाहिए. तो आप बता देना कि क्या सही है, एंड आफ्टर दैट स्टॉप थिंकिंग अबाउट इट. बट इट विल वर्क इफ आई डोंट हैव अ प्रेफरेंस दैट ये नहीं, ये होना चाहिए. Earlier what we used to say, भगवान जी ये करा देना, मेरी नौकरी इस कंपनी में लगवा देना. अभी नहीं बोलना ऐसा. बोलना आप बता देना कि कौन सी कंपनी ठीक है, 3 से आई हो ये लेटर. डोंट चूज. इफ यू चूज देन ही विल नॉट गाइड यू. ही विल से तुमने तो चॉइस कर ही ली, तो मेरा क्या काम बचा है अभी. You've chosen. So it's either you choose or you just surrender and ask. So this is surrender. Surrender means these are my options, I have no idea. And for surrender, I have to surrender my intelligence, which says, I know what is right. I have to surrender my intelligence. We just have to experiment it once, experiment it twice, experiment it 5 times. After that, you will not have to surrender your intelligence. It will start becoming normal for you, because always you'll get magical answers and you'll say, oh, how did I not think of this? How did I not think of it? So surrender is the most beautiful way of living life. But who will be able to surrender? Who thinks right, thinks less, thinks low. If there's too much clutter in my mind, I'm not able to surrender. So Raj Yoga is telepathy between me and Baba. Communication. Whatever is on your mind, share, tell, ask, start a relationship. It might happen on the first day, it might not happen on the first day, because we still have to start a relationship. But the only thing we have to do is become like a child. बच्चा बनना है. बच्चा वो होता है जिसको कुछ नहीं आता है. अब हमें सब कुछ आते हुए कुछ नहीं आता है, उस पर शिफ्ट करते हैं. एंड देन वी विल नॉट जस्ट हैव इंट्यूशन, but this is called getting a touching from the Supreme Power. It will just come to you, ye karo. With complete clarity it will come, ye karo. And you will say like, ye karna hai? हाँ, ये करो. पहली बार बहुत डर लगता है वो करने के टाइम, because sometimes the touching is very illogical. Illogical मतलब it's not matching with my intelligence which is saying this is right. And then you do it once and twice and thrice. And after that, अब अगर वहाँ से touching मिल गई, जाके कुएं में कूद जाओ, I'll go and jump tomorrow. Because I know वहाँ भी कुछ है. It is that clean and clear, crystal clear. So when we start this connection, first thing, purity, peace, power, love, happiness, wisdom, and last is bliss. Bliss means ati indriya sukh. Indriya means sense organs. Ati indriya sukh. Beyond the senses. You don't need anything through these senses to feel nice in life. We say that life is bliss. Yesterday Mohit Bhaiya used that word many times. Life is bliss. Bliss, matlab it is not dependent at all on the outer outcomes, on anything going through. Ati indriya sukh. Indriyon se pare ka sukh. So every time we are doing this drill, we are going to say, I am a, fill in the blank, take one of those qualities and say, I am a pure soul. I am a powerful soul. I am a knowledgeful soul. I am a peaceful soul. So even if I just take one thought and I hold on to that thought, gradually I will be able to hold on to that for 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Now what is exactly the benefit of this? What is happening? That when I am doing this, soul power is increasing, and the more soul power is increasing, I am shifting from being ego conscious to becoming soul conscious. And if I am shifting from becoming ego conscious to soul conscious, then all the vices, which means all the weaknesses, will automatically start. Now, open your diary. We are going to write a definition of ego. Why we are going to write a definition? Because we are going to work on this. We are going to work on this. Ego is attachment to a wrong image of myself. We have understood ego in a very different way. We thought ego means only somebody who's like this, so that is ego. हम कहते देखो कितना ego है, कितना सर ऊपर करा हुआ है, ego है. Ego is not only that. Ego is attachment to a wrong image of myself. Which are the wrong images that we were attached to? Make a list below that. You will get your list of ego there. Wrong images that I was attached to. I am a list, body, role, position, education, designation, degree, possession, wealth, property, status, religion, nationality. I am an Indian. We change it to India is my country. Because when I say I am an Indian, I look at the other person, you are a. And when I say I am this and you are this, here. I am a soul. You are a soul. Each one is a soul. That is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Without soul consciousness, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is not possible. Because in everything we are different from the other person. I am rich, you are poor. I am this, you are this. I am Hindu, you are Muslim, you are Christian. Everything is dividing us. There is only one thing that will unite us. I am a soul, you are a soul, you are a soul, you are a soul. Children of the one parent. Atma, Atma, Bhai, Bhai, Paramatma ke bacche. That is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So ego is attachment to a wrong image of myself. So ego and attachment words go side by side. So wherever there is ego, there will be an attachment. Wherever there is attachment, there is an ego. Now let's make a list of deeper attachments. What all are we attached to? बहुत easy है, सोचते जाओ. Relationships, that's why that came in the body conscious list, no? Relationship. When I say, I am the parent, this is my child, I'm actually connecting to the child through body consciousness, through ego consciousness. But when I say, I am a soul, another soul, and this is my seva to nurture this soul, everything changes. Everything changes. First, there is no my child. It's not my child. It's a soul on a journey. I am a soul on a journey. They are a soul on a journey. And in this drama right now which is going on, that means the script that is going on, I, the soul, am playing this beautiful part of getting the opportunity to nurture these souls. So we shift from ownership to trustee. Become a trustee at home. Not this is mine, I am a trustee. Trustee takes beautiful care of everything, but trustee always remembers this doesn't belong to me. This doesn't belong to me. So relationships, attachment, deeper. One is like we know, these are the attachment, deeper. Attachment to my idea, very, very important. My idea is right, is an attachment to my idea. And that's why if someone doesn't accept my idea, I get hurt. So wherever there's an attachment, and if it doesn't work, there's obviously going to be hurt, there's going to be pain, there's going to be anger. And wherever there is attachment, there is fear. Attached. There's my phone. Suppose this is a phone, this is an instrument, I'm separate. I'm using the phone, it's fine. But if I get attached to this phone, like this, then I'm not just using the phone, but while using this, I'm fearing that if something happens to this, then it's not just happening to this, it's happening to me because I am attached to this phone. So attachment will always live with fear, fear of losing. So if you see, all the list will get connected. Attachment will lead to fear of losing. What all do we fear losing? Fear losing role, position, wealth, people, and the deepest fear, losing my body, fear of death. So whatever I got first, I got attached to it the most, and then I fear losing that the most. It comes in order. I, the soul, first get this body. And so my attachment is deepest to this body, and that is so deep that I have forgotten that I'm using this body. I think I am the body. That's the level of attachment with the body. So wherever there is attachment, there will always be fear of losing, and we can literally live our entire life in fear of losing. So fear of losing role, position, status. What happens when somebody retires? And if they've always held on to a designation. So even after retirement, they'll write Chota Sa, X, there. Because their identity is in that designation, the role and position. And if I am not that designation, then what am I? So we will hold on to that designation. So ego, attachment, fear go hand in hand. Attachment to what people think about me. One is attachment to my own idea, attachment to an image of what people should have about me. And that's where validation comes in. That is where appreciation. Just write it down. Everything is not going to get solved today. It's very deep. But we should know that this is my attachment, and then it will be easy to work on it. Attachment to an image that I have of myself. Attachment to what image people should have about me. लोग मेरे बारे में क्या सोचते हैं? दुनिया में कहते हैं सबसे बड़ा रोग क्या कहेंगे लोग. वो सबसे बड़ा रोग है, मतलब इट्स अ कॉज ऑफ मोस्ट पेन. क्या कहेंगे लोग. So attachment to an image of what people should have about me. And that's why we have this long list of expectations. They should behave like this, they should do like this, they should do like this, they should do like... We are writing a script in our mind of how people should be to me, right or wrong? Right or wrong? Even if when there is a conflict going on, even if it's with your spouse, if you check your thoughts would actually be saying they should say this, they should be speaking like this, they should have not said like this. इतनी देर में अगर अपना script लिख लेते ना, conflict खत्म हो जाता. But we are writing their script in our head and they are writing our script. And because we are most of the time writing each other's script, we don't pause to write our own script. How I should think. What is the best thought in this situation right now? What is the best word to be spoken right now when this person is in pain? I'm not thinking of that. If I just take 1 second to think, I know all the right answers. Who doesn't know the answer? Everybody knows the answer. But our mind is busy writing their script. They should have not said this. They could have said it another way. Even if they had to say it, they could have said it little politely. Pura unka script.